win, how do you reflect? How do you look back on how it actually played out versus what your hopes were, your expectations?
Well, I really thought that we would have a big chance to win the finals for sure. Was I think how we end up winning game one was it was a banger game. I think maybe the way we should have approached this team, BLG team, like should have been different because they are way more aggressive than the team we just won against. Like
Yeah.
it's a bit more unpredictable. So we should be like at least the team should be ready to predict the unpredictable somewhat. Like being more aware of it, being more aware of what this type of player would do. Because I think when you go into their game, like the aggressive game, that's what they like, and yeah, I think we
Yeah.
felt way more confident going to this best of five though than the first best of five we played against them and just got rolled over. But yeah, I think if we stabilized some of the games
Yeah.
against them, I don't remember which game it was exactly, but if we make it like stable, I'm pretty sure we would have our chance to win. Like playing more LCK, so to speak, against them.
Yeah. Actually, I fully agree. I think LPL play style make it very chaotic, and I mean, you guys build very strong fundamentals, and I think LCK team play pretty much the same as you as you are delivering. And when it goes to LPL, they do many cheese. Their early game is very unpredictable. I mean, Skymon in game 2, game 3 was a bit behind with their invade of Pantheon against Mundo and stuff. So all this kind of stuff is actually you managed to survive, Hans Sama, because the early situation was tough with Corki, and so it went pretty well. And you guys had definitely a chance to win. And I think just like I think it was in the World where you play against BLG, and when in macro rise you are not. I don't think you are behind, but when it goes very chaotic, maybe their creativity and they always try to skill check you. But it goes a bit randomly, and somehow I think maybe it's a bit disturbing you. But I think if you can stabilize, I'm pretty sure you can beat them for sure. I mean, Genji, I mean, the podcast will last longer than the time you had to win Genji. So
okay, how about this? Labrov, I'd love to ask you.
Love it.
After it was only like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks from when LEC Versus wrapped up, and it looked to me like you had more trouble dealing with Kalist and Busio than you did with Rula and Duro. Who was the toughest bottom lane you actually had to face, including LEC playoffs?
Yeah, I think I would say BLZ Botlane was the hardest to face for sure. I think On like is very good. Like also they're very aggressive and very unpredictable. I think for example like Genji Botlane, I feel like they were kind of. I watched some votes and I felt like they were kind of doing the same things. That's why for me it was easier to like face them. But like BLZ is for sure like a way more aggressive and unpredictable team early game, and we fell really behind like game 2 and game 3. And yeah, to answer your question, I would say BLZ bot. Also, On is playing like weird sums like Anivia, Sen, like Camille, that no one else plays as well. So you always need to think about to not give him a very good angle on these picks.
One thing I would love to stick with you on, Labrov. I want to zoom out a little bit from First Stand. Skyyart and I are the old men in this chat, okay? We've been watching, and Skyyart competed every tournament, every run. And I want to ask later on in a few minutes whether or not this is one of the greatest runs that Europe's ever had. Before I get to that, Hans Sama, you have been in the spotlight many times in your career and with different teams in different regions where your name has been at the top of international competition. Labrov James. Labrov after Versus criticism, your name is now up there. How do you feel when you hear and see Labrov James being shared about your gameplay?
Yeah, it's definitely funny. I think the Labrov James thing, and more people are like now calling me like that. So I'm getting used to it, and I like it. Yeah.
Hans,
Five manuals, bro.
Hans,
wow.
Can you give some praise here to Labrov, who's being very humble, as somebody who I'm sure you can understand what it's like. You know, there's been criticism, there's been question marks, and then now after first stand, he's the hero or one of the heroes. What's that like for your support?
I feel like Labrov has incredible first stand. Also, think Labrov is able to improve in a very fast pace, and very open-minded every time. I would say some stuff about the game, like some concepts, and I feel like he understands really fast, and he tries to actually do it in the game, and it's really nice. You know, it's really a lot of time we're on the same page. Sometimes we may not be at the greatest form, but you know, sometimes we are at our top shape, and we can be definitely like super scary. And yeah, I was watching some of the games, and yeah, for sure, Labrov was putting out some highlights that was crazy.
I really like seeing your reaction when I said Labrov James. The big smile brought me joy. Just quickly, one last teammate question. There was a voice clip replay that was all over the place. You guys are just about to beat FearX, and I think BB was saying to Skymon, like, hey, calm down. And Skymon was like, I don't give a shit, man. I don't give a shit. 3-0. Labrov, do you remember that? And what were you thinking when Skymon's yelling like that?
I think it was against Genji, actually. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I mean, everyone was very happy after we just beat Genji and we were qualifying to the final side. And I mean, Skymon maybe was like a bit more happy than everyone, or at least he was like showing it. Yeah, I was not thinking much. I was just enjoying the moment too.
Hans, did that hype you up? Because I see you smiling a lot there. Is that a fond memory?
I was screaming, let's go! You know, like
obviously
like that. I don't usually scream, but yeah, I was super hyped. I'm not usually like super hyped like this, but that's the series that I was.
I mean, you don't win the best team in the world every day, so I think I mean you crushed them actually.
I mean, not only crushed them. Okay, Skyyart, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Jat had a fantastic tweet after first stand or during first stand, where he said, rank Europe's runs at international tournaments to top 4. Okay. Fnatic placing second place at Worlds 2018. G2 winning MSI in 2019. G2 second in World Finals 2019. Or G2 second at first stand. Where does Hans Sama and Labrov's run rank in the top 4?
Me?
Yes, I want you to answer because I'm going to ask the boys immediately after you.
I mean, for me, LCK now is the most dominant region, and it's actually a bit destroying the hype. You know, LPL doesn't win against T1, and just Korean are just winning pretty much everything. So I think this is a turn in history of League of Legends, and I loved it. I mean, 7 games in a row winning, and it was close. I think even the finals, I think you guys could surely have won. I mean, it wasn't at all impossible. So for me personally, I think it's the best result of Europe because you didn't only won because they had shit draft. You didn't won because they threw early games. You won because you played very well and properly all the game. And the only time you didn't is because they managed to disturb a bit you. But I think it's where you gain experience. You have 10 years of experience already in Sama, and I think you are picked. And I was a bit worried about the level of the enemy bot lane, but you proved that you deserve to be at the highest level. And I can't be more hype. I think also Skymon brings a lot of energy and communication in the game, and is very aggressive. So your Ash Seraphine was just insane. I was praying for Ash Seraphine again because I was like, your arrows I think are point and click, I believe. I'm not sure it's a skill shot, but and your Seraphine Labrov was amazing. I mean, you guys were playing so well, and it gives so much rooms. Your jungle support presence on the map was amazing. So for me, it's the best. For me, it's the best result of Europe because it wasn't. It was just like this. I mean, obviously, if it would have been worse, it would have been even more insane in terms of stakes. But I mean, the stakes doesn't represent the level of play. You guys have the whole year to reduce the gap, and I can't be more.
They've done it. They've reduced it. Listen, they don't need that. They don't need the whole year. They just need 2 weeks between LEC versus.
Exactly. You need 2 days. Actually, 2 days.
I'm going to ask you the same question. Fnatic second in 2018, G2 in 2019, and then now you. Where does it rank? Are any of those other runs better than what you've just pulled off?
I mean, in terms of, it's hard to say. I do think like the G2 2019 run was like it felt magical for Europe. Like, oh, this team is like so far much better than any other team in EU, and like everyone hypes around them. Like I was hype around them as well. Well, they went into finals at Worlds.
Is this at least on par? Is this at least on par? Is this on par? Like, is it as exciting, Hans? Yes, just say yes. Just say yes.
I mean, our gameplay was very, very good, like very top of these four. But the hype was actually, I don't know. Like I was on the outside.
Labrov, same question.
That was more of a shock.
What do you think? Where does it rank? Where does it rank for you?
I think, like, I agree with you. I think the gameplay, maybe if you compare it, maybe it could be better than the 2019 G2 like world finalist. But I would probably put it slightly below, just for the fact that Worlds is like a bigger tournament, and also G2 also had like one MSI the same year, right? And it was like there was a lot of hype, right? And I think
Golden Road was possibility. Okay, gentlemen, we've taken up so much of your time. I know it's been a really long day. I know you guys have some matches coming. Just for the very last question, Labrov, what do you think of your competition this spring? I know you've watched only a couple of games. You've only just been back. You mentioned you came back from Greece. So what do you think of the games you've watched? Maybe who are you excited to play against this LEC Spring Split?
Yeah, I watched some LEC games, like week one, and I must say, like the competition is looking good to me, at least. Maybe if I play, I hope I don't change my mind if I play. But also, but definitely, I think it feels like everyone was watching a lot of like first-hand, like in terms of meta and like gameplay. I think the teams have been looking very solid, and yeah, I would like to play again against KC because the final was very competitive, and I think they have strong players. And yeah, even teams like, for example, like Navi, GX, Vitality, are like Koi are also looking good and improving. So I think it's going to be a very exciting split.
I've got one more question for Hans Sama.
Go for it, me too. What I want to say is also you bring a lot of creativity. I mean, Varus on it, Kog'Maw on it. It's pretty rare, and I think it was pretty smart. I think it was very good, and I think it's a bit underrated. You also have creativity in the early game with passing of Summon, some Trundle cheese, some Pantheon cheese. I think it was actually very, very smart from you guys. So keep the good word on this part. Obviously, I won't have question about this, but I think it's good read on the meta, I think, and it was very close to every time succeed a lot. Obviously, some things can happen in games, but I think it's a good way if you want to crush Asian teams, and also so they can fear you a lot about your unpredictability and
for anybody that hasn't
keep the good. So question.
For anybody that has
How
not-
do you come in mind?
Okay.
How do you come in mind all this? How do you think about all this creativity that other people maybe does, other teams does a bit less than you?
I mean, as for the creativity, yeah, the virus, the Kongo, I guess the other things. But I think the virus was more like what was it again? I think we end up picking Brom. Like
Yeah,
like
Brom.
it was
Brom against Severe.
It was against Severe. It was against we had Brom and they had a lot of melee champs. So like that was a perfect time for Virus attack speed, and he got buffed. Attack speed Virus got buffed, but somehow no one just played it when it was buffed. so yeah, it's a bit weird. But
I will tell you this. I'll tell you this, guys. Skyyart on all the episodes of this podcast, he rants about picks and bans and he rants about bottom lane a lot. It's one of his most strong opinions. So if you ever need some like off the wall ideas, let us know. We'll throw it down.
No.
Because he's got opinions. Also, I will say this. I do want to let you guys go. Brizz is waiting to join. Just before we do, Hans Sama, can I put you on the spot? Skyyart is actually streaming to his community. Brizz is streaming to his on all the YouTube channels. Could you maybe give a shout out to the French viewers and the French communities and people who I assume have been very supportive of your play in French for me, please?
In French?
Yes.
Merci à tout le monde de nous avoir supportés, moi et la team. Merci pour tous les messages. Ça fait vraiment du chaud au cœur et super content de notre perf et on va espérer continuer d'improve ici en Europe pour redevenir plus fort et pour prendre notre revanche contre la LPL. Et ouais, merci à tous pour le soutien.
I would say thank you so much.
He said, Quickshot, you're not that good in game. He said,
not
something like
listen,
French.
I'm not even surprised, dude. That's not nobody is surprised by that. I will say one last thing, Labrov. Would you like to give a shout out in Greek as well? I actually was there for the Greek Legends event. I've done all the content shoots. If you'd love to give a shout out to the community, I know it's one of the lesser loved communities here in Europe. Give a shout out to the fans and the viewers watching.
Yes, sure. Ευχαριστώ πολύ για την υποστήριξή σας, για μένα και για την G2. Εύχομαι τα αποτελέσματα από το First Stand να ήταν ικανοποιητικά και θα δουλέψω σκληρά για να κάνω κάτι παρόμοιο στο μέλλον.
Gentlemen, I'm going to say thank you so much. Hans Sama and Labrov, best of luck. I know you guys are going to be playing in the next couple of days, so you can drop from the call. You can jump out of this one. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. And again, thank you so much. Congratulations again. You guys put Europe, HopEUm, you put LEC back on the map. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, Skyyart, that was a little bit of fun. That was a bit of fun. How nice was the shout out in French and Greek? I mean, it's the first time we're propagating different languages on the show.
Yeah, it's nice. I think it's one of the strengths of G2. It's a worldwide team, and I think worldwide can be hype now. I mean, it's a very good time to be a European fan because basically it doesn't happen every day, and I think it was not just luck, which is the best part. Because if it's just luck, it's good, but they played super well. So I can't wait to know Brizz's opinions.
I cannot wait either, and I'm glad you said that. So how about we're going to pause for a second. We're going to welcome in Brizz for our next discussion segment. By the way, if you're watching, we've got some new graphics.
It's looking a lot of...
Look at this! Brizz!
Wow.
Welcome back to the show. I've missed you, buddy.
Well, my microphone is going right now?
There we go.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
we
good,
got you loud and clear.
Yeah, but where is my cam right now?
Your camera looks like a bit on Sama, but maybe you change a bit of haircut, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Oh
so we've got you loud and clear. Can you hear us, Brizz?
Dude, listen, I can hear you, but I'm so mad right now. I'm so mad. Why I have to come talking about LEC? Listen, you are talking about First Stand, you are talking with Labrov and Hans Sama, and then I come in and I have to speak about Giant X Fnatic.
Listen,
man, come on. You can't do this to me.
Listen, no, I'm not. So, dude, what did you think of First Stand? What did you think of G2? I see you wearing the jersey, so what was your take?
Listen, I think it's one of the greatest results that Europe has ever produced, you know. And I heard the conversation you had with Labrov and Hans Sama, and the question of, oh, here I am.
Nice. Yay, there we go. Great.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. Look at me. How do I look, Quick?
You look amazing.
Yeah, you look good, bro. You look good.
I know.
Dude,
like
I'm jealous about your green screen. There's part of me that thinks I should do that for next week.
Well, but I tell you what, if you want.
No, it looks good. It looks good. You look real good. Let me do this very quickly. The question that I asked, right? Fnatic second in 2018, G2 winning MSI, G2 second in 2019, or now G2 first stand. Which run was the best and why?
I mean, we have to talk for sure about the run of G2 on the final of the Worlds, okay? Because I think that team, like, it was the best team. Actually, I think that year they deserved to win the World Cup. No joke. I felt like they were the best on team fight. I felt like their macro was insane, and they had to face FPX, which was like they came in with Nautilus mid. They came in with a roaming play style from Doinby was the mid lane, right?
Yeah. Yeah. With his Nautilus mid, which is horrific.
Yeah. They were playing so different, and I didn't like the fact that in final, like, we beat the T1 on semi-final. I was so hyped. Then we came in final, and we were like playing on their terms, right? I think like we were the best team on team fights, on rotation and everything, and we started playing something like Pike mid to match their play style. I felt like maybe we played Twisted Fate as well, or something like this. I don't remember. Maybe I'm trolling right now, but I didn't want something like that in the final. But like, it can happen, you know. Like, FPX is a great team, G2 is a great team. It's fine that it went down like this. But we have to put the world final of G2 as the rank 1 for sure. Then I have to put the MSI win because it's an international, of course, event, right? Sadly, the final was against an American team.
Yeah.
I mean, probably we can beat them as well. Like, I mean, that we never know. But
I think it's harder now. I think it's a bit harder now because and they had to beat Freerex, Genji, and BLG. I mean, it's not easy, you know. It's not like you have to beat only Weibo Gaming in finals. So,
I mean, I'll tell you this, by the way, that MSI moment, what I loved so much about that is the fact that both NA and EU were completely unexpected to win, right? Like, Team Liquid taking down IG, fucking mind-blowing. G2 taking down T1, the way that it played out, mind-blowing, right? For me, that's probably the best run. I think the MSI one. Don't get me wrong, Worlds is good, Worlds was great, but MSI, for me, is number 1, then first stand second. Because once I saw Worlds, G2 had done it. Like in 2018, 2019, like G2 were, well, 2019, they were good. You know, they got caps. They were on the golden road. So by the time I got to Worlds, I wasn't that surprised. You know. Okay,
so you're surprised of that result actually on the first stand. You know, I was not surprised.
Why?
You were flaming G2 the whole year. The first time I come here, G2 pay me to cast, not to flame them, and you were flaming G2 every time. Like, of course it's like this. But
Brizz,
listen, like
they were one game away from not making versus playoffs to then make it to first stand finals. Okay, so
come on, man.
You can
G2
sit down,
trolls.
young man. Yeah, no, that's not trolling.
No, I stand up right now. Like, listen, the BLG game. Like, I don't know why you didn't mention the insanely gap between. Let me talk about this. I think Bean and Broken Blade. It's something we have to talk about because I think Broken Blade played an insane first stand. He plays so good. The Shen is so good. He speaks, but I think Bean is just a generational talent. Like, you can't do anything about it. Like, I don't even know how they can prepare a game. Like, in draft wise, everything you pick, he blinds. You can't contest it. Like, I don't think Broken Blade is a problem. Okay, for G2, I just think Bean is too good. So
I think Bing cannot carry that much with some speak. Even if he is a great Renekton, I think Renekton can carry less than a fucking Jax, you know. I think a Jax with 3k ahead will be a fucking problem. He will E, and then he will use a Zonia, then he will hear again, then he will die with Guardian Judge, then he will hear again, then he will Zonia again. I mean, the champion is just not killable if he's way ahead. So,
but
I think maybe... Yeah, I mean, Bin is actually very good, but I feel like if we let him play Renekton, I think it will be more manageable, I believe. And even if he
What
plays
about
now,
Rumble as well? What about Rumble?
I think Rumble is manageable. I mean, the
Yeah,
owner of
yeah,
BB
exactly.
was exceptionally
Yes.
good. And
I was talking about this as well. Yeah.
I think teams will rush on Rumble, and I believe that Rumble is less of a problem than Jax. But in the hands of Bean and Broken Blade, what a performance with Ornn. I mean, I'm an Ornn fan. I think Ornn is like you play rock, paper, scissors, and Ornn is the stone. So it's like this,
Yeah.
Okay, you have 1k more gold, but the fucking champion just gonna die in mid-late game. So he's in front of everyone. He's like dodging the bullets like this, And so I agree with you, Brizz.
Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question to both of you guys. Before we wrap up first stand, Skyyart, which member of G2 was the best performing member at first stand? You can only pick one.
For me, it's Qmon. For me.
Yes. No, for everybody, man. For all Europe.
Tell me why.
Man, come on, man.
Help. You know what? Here's a good. I'd love both of you. Let's give some context on why we say Skymon for the silver and gold players. Like I don't know. People who maybe need some help understanding.
Well, listen to me, man. Like, can I go first? So, Skymon came out from nowhere. Like, you knew him from before LEC. He played in EMEA, I think. He was one of the best talent in Europe, for sure. Then, but when you go on the first time on LEC, you have to feel like you have some pressure, let's say like this. So you play a bit, you have to play like a bit shy, okay? Let's say like this. You don't perform maybe 100%. And in 1 year, like if you compare Skymon last year and Skymon in first stand, that's another player. Like there's no way they are the same player. There's no way. And if Skymon right now is like this and he keep playing like this, I think he's maybe top 3 jungler in the world right now. But we have to wait because it happened in the first stand. We need to see it consistently the whole year. Like I think sorry, Skyyart. The things he was doing on the jungle, recamps, invading, jumping, flashing with Trundle. It was on a game with BLG, but not on the final. Yes. It was on the game he got stomped. It was so smart. It was so smart. Before Hans Sama and Labrov hinted, I don't know why you didn't mention it. If I was there, I was flaming them for 2 years. Like, he smurfs so hard, he does blue, flash on the wall, red buff, golems, then gank, and then your Botlane is with 0-2, -1 against Yunara Lulu. Like, but the idea, the concept behind it is so smart, right?
Yeah, I loved it as well. I think that he made just little mistakes when he did it. The botlane ended actually, but it happens. Sometimes they pressured a lot, and you just take a bright trade. But I think he waited a bit, like maybe 2 or 2.5. I watched the replay, and I think he waited maybe 2.5, 3 seconds too much, because the vision was already fade off, and all second matters. That's what my wife say as well. It can move from behind a bit earlier before Wukong sees that red buff is stolen, because if he does so, maybe he can maybe stomp a bit the bot lane a bit more. But in this case, it doesn't change anything because the bot lane was already.
What I love? What I love so much? What I love so much is when you put
G2.
I love you guys both because you're both super nerds and you're so passionate about this game, and it's so clear you hear. Like, we're debating some of the most minute, some of the most specific things, which brings me so much joy. And you know what, Brizz? I'm going to say you can shut up, young man, because when I have 30 minutes with Hans Sama and Labrov, I'm not going to nitpick with them. They just took second place. And yes, they got smashed in the first 0-3, but then they 3-0'd Fearx and 3-0'd Genji.
But they needed to see the reality. If you go to a guy and you told him, you did good, he's not going to improve. I want Labrov. Labrov played so good, but come on, man, he needs personality.
I didn't watch the same games. After getting 0-3, they did improve, and then they went 3-0, 3-0.
Yeah, they did, of course. Like,
I hear your points.
I was on your side, Brizzy. Actually, I was a bit worried about the bot lane. But I was a bit worried about the bot lane before the first stand. But after the first stand, I was like, okay, so they play way better than I expected. You know, if they lose bot lane against Firex a lot, Firex would have won probably because it's a bot lane team. So it's a bot lane jungle team. So if the bot lane gets crushed, like they did against BLG, the game, I mean, it was 0-7 for G2. So
yeah,
well,
I was actually very impressed that on certain games they step up so much, and I mean, some Labrov move was amazing, and some Sama move. I mean, the Valkyrie with Corki against Amel at Miss E.
Yes.
I mean,
it was good
on Sama. Surprised me a lot. I mean, I'm not a fan of. I hate fucking Ezreal. Personally, Ezreal is for me a shit champion. I think okay, it's nice. At the end of the day, I got 40k damage against the fucking Tank Scion. Okay, amazing. And the Severe just killed 3 people on my team, but it's fine. I got 40k damage, guys. look at
somebody
look
clip
at this
that.
damage.
Somebody clip that on Twitch. Okay.
Yeah,
Listen,
I hate
let me move on. Let me move on because I want to bring this up. Okay, gentlemen. First stand, I think I want to wrap it up now. I'm going to be speaking to Brizz about week 1 of LEC, but before I say goodbye to Skyyart, I do want to ask you something. 2 questions. Number 1, coming into LEC Spring, the only team that made changes was Heretics, if I remember off the top of my head. No other player changes. Okay. With that in mind, and seeing how the playoffs played out, will we see a higher level of competition from LEC teams throughout the course of the Spring Split, best of 3s, best of 5 fearless?
For me, just like Brizz, I understand that he wants to speak about first hand because big respect to SK Gaming and stuff. But yeah, I mean, when I see BLG, Genji, etc., going then to SK Gaming is tough. So yeah. I can't wait to see your analysis, Brizz, about this.
But SK never lost to BLG.
Oh. Yeah. SK never lost to any top teams actually.
I mean, okay, so Brizz,
I feel just. I mean, there is 5 teams or 6 teams in Europe, and the rest is really behind. I think all the teams
give me the 6.
Don't stand a chance.
Give me the 6. Let's go through them.
KC, G2, Koi, I think we all agree. I think Navy and Vitality, I think, has potential.
Agree.
And the last team,
and that's it.
it's tough. I mean,
Giant X?
Maybe Giant X.
Giant X is
I don't know.
I mean, I'm not a fan of all. I mean, Fnatic is it's just memories now. I mean, Fnatic back in 2020. I mean, 2011 maybe. But now it's complex. I don't think they will go to Worlds, to be honest.
So Brizz, same question, right? Looking ahead, only one team makes roster changes. Are we going to get better competition, or is it just kind of more of the same?
Listen, I watched the first week. I jumped like the first game between Giant X and Fnatic, but it's not because I hate Fnatic. You know that I speak bad about them every time. I just fell asleep. So I came late on watching them. But then the problem is no. I'm not trolling. I'm trolling. Like I came late watching first game because I was sleeping, and then I started watching Giant X and Fnatic, and then I I fall asleep again. So
oh my god!
No, listen,
amazing game.
Like amazing game. Like I have the feeling if you sleep or watch Fnatic, doesn't change a lot, right? The playstyle stays the same. You watch nothing from them. But in general, like I feel Vitality is great. Like really, Naknako, I want to see this guy stomping every single top laner. Navi, I'm hyped for Rylech. I don't know how you call it. Like this jungler, I think he's a very big talent. I personally don't like Giant X and the Heretics. So I think like there is 5 teams that are actually good.
Yeah.
Then there is Giant X and the Heretics.
Already.
Yeah. Then there is and then there is SK Gaming, Fnatic, and Shifters. I don't know. Maybe they can get some games. You know, maybe against top teams. I know. Well, I don't think they win the series, but maybe one game.
I mean, look, we've got 19 games under our belt. Out of all of the best ofs, only one of them was a 2-0. The rest were all 3-game series. There's the same things you see at the beginning of every split. There's some shenanigans we need to watch. Now I know Skyyart, you're not the most clued up on this week's game, so that's why I will be excusing you after you made me a prediction. If we assume that G2 make the finals, and I think that's fair to assume right now, which team will be facing off against G2 in the LEC Spring Finals?
I will go for the same as last time. I will go KCG2, and I think it was actually one of the best finals in LEC from a long time. And I can't wait to see the rematch. And I think the top teams of LEC will now start to believe, because basically, if you have no hope, you work less. So I think right now, the teams will put much more effort, because it might be touchable, it might be possible, and basically, to follow your dreams, you have to think your dreams might be true. Let's go, Breezy.
I go for, if you can't drop out from LEC, you work less. I'm saying stuff like this as well.
Yes, you're so full of shit. You're so full of shit.
What are you talking about? Come on, man. Yeah, we're going Skate Gaming with leader Wunder that he came out from, I don't know, like 80 years old on wheelchair. I don't know. Like, come on, man.
I am with Skyyart on this.
They say they can win. They can go to final MSI. They said it. So you have to believe it.
Skate?
SK Gaming, I think they said they can go final MSI.
I don't think that will.
Your argument's fair.
I think they say that.
Because you see,
maybe it wasn't League of Legends. I don't know, but
you see teams playing against. Anyway, Brizz, give me your prediction. Which team plays against G2 in the finals of LEC Spring Split?
I have to go for KC as well, but I want to watch out for Navi.
Okay.
But I think they will fall off on playoffs, and the KC will do it because like Yike, I think Yike right now is very inconsistent. Like I still feel Yike is like the second best jungler right now. Like last year, I thought he was the best jungler. Then Skymon gapped him so hard. Like in last final, like Skymon did 1v9 every game. We can talk about Caps carrying the last game for sure.
It was Skymon.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was Skymon MVP by far.
Yeah, I agree with this. Caps Anivia game was, oh my god, man. I rewatched it 2 times. Like some team fights were nuts. And I have a feeling like if Yike plays perfectly, KC is in the final no matter what. Like the final is G2 against KC. If Yike, I don't know, starts a bit to plays like sometimes some hinting and stuff like this, maybe they will get a close series into maybe Navi, maybe Koi. You don't know. At the end of the day,
I think Koi is a bit better than maybe.
I think as well. No, I think that as well.
I think Navi are hungrier. I think look, when you look at the thing that I was excited about Navi at the beginning of the year, and then after I saw the interviews, I got even more excited, right? Because as much as Brizz is like hating on SK for the old men in wheelchairs coming out to play, there is a point to be said. I also think when you look at some of the younger names, some of the newer names, and some of the motivation,
I was SK hater.
You can feel it, So I do think that I'm hopeful. I hope that Navi as a team can develop and get some structure. I would love to see more Navi. Like I want to, and also I was happy that Giant X made it to Barcelona. It was a bit of a disappointing, showing in the arena, but similarly, there's, I think, slightly less hype. If Navi weren't playing as good, I think we'd be speaking more highly of Giant X. I think, but look, we'll see. I've got your predictions. We got another KC. We're going for both of them. Because
what's your prediction, Trevor?
I am going to say Navi. I am going to say there's going to be a massive upset. I think Koi don't make it past the first round, the second round of playoffs. I don't think they even make it to like the playoff bracket. And I'm going to go Navi, KC, G2. They're going to be I want Navi in the finals. I want G2 versus Navi in the finals. I want G2 to win.
I'm a big fan of Navi, Quickshot. I think they pull out the best move of the last 10 years. They legit removed Larsen from LEC. Like buying the slot of Rogue. That was so insane. So I'm a big fan as well. I hope Navi will make it to the final.
You are such a hater. Okay, Skyyart, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much. We'll see you on another episode.
Thank you guys.
Okay, let's move into some recap. Let's move into recap. Brizz and I will be doing some recap. First of all, I will say this again. I said at the beginning of the show, while Skyyart, Hans Sama and Labrov were listening, I will say it again while you were. And I will say this, if Sendo watches this, if Solar watches this, if Keltis watches this, Brizz, You are my favorite co-streamer on the show. It's
No,
public.
and it's not
You can
true.
clip
Why I'm
this.
here talking
It
about
is true.
LEC? No,
Listen,
come on.
because
It's like
that's
you are
your
talking
job.
about sport. No, it's
This
not a
is
job.
your
It's like you are
job.
talking. No, listen, man. It's like we talk about sports, and then you invited people talk about football, and then I come talking about cricket. That's not
Yes,
the same.
I
have
yeah.
what?
Don't
I have
insult
to
cricket.
talk
I'm a
about-
South African. I'm a South African. Cricket, I'm very good at. I'm very good at.
Oh, come on.
Um,
I don't know. Tell me
first
another
of all-
sport. You know.
Listen, first of all, it is a pleasure. I really like you. You bring out the angry side of Skyyart. Do you know that? He said some
I love it.
spicy things
I
there.
love it.
Oh, it's so good. How have you been? It's been a while since we've been on a show together. How are things on your side of the world?
Well, listen, man. Like everything clean, everything good. Like everything I do in life is always at the peak. You know, I can't fail in anything. But well, actually, I'm a bit tilted on solo queue wise. But
Yeah, okay.
you know,
How's that going? Because I did say during spring, I want to look at your solo queue, solo
Yeah.
queue, sender. I want to compare and see how things are going.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and stuff like this. Sometimes people int you, like, it never happens to me. Like, I never played bad League of Legends, you know, like, I got eaten by some, I don't know, I played against Drutut. No, I played with
Don't know the name.
Drutut the last game, but
Okay, yeah.
he was playing Akshan, he's not that good at the champion, you know, so I got a bit griffed. But I played against Trimby, I dived in minute 3. So that means I'm LEC level. So if the G2 are
we'll see,
watching
we'll
and
see.
Labrov plays bad, I'm ready, guys.
Maybe. Listen, we'll see which version. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with LEC, and let's go each day. Okay, let's go Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, on Saturday we saw 3 best ofs. All 3 of them went 2-1. To my eyes, I thought the level was lower than I expected because there was so few changes. What did you think of Saturday's best of series?
Well, listen, man, like, as I said, I skipped one game of the first series between Giant X and Fnatic. I came in, I will talk by game, okay?
Yeah.
I expected them, like, I gave you the prediction of every game, actually.
Yeah.
And you didn't ask for them. How many games did I miss? 0. I got every single game correct. Every single game. Of course, when it doesn't matter because you're not counting them, so whatever. It's always like this, right? When something matters, I do prediction.
You've got the points.
Okay.
So let's go. Gidex Fnatic.
Listen, I was expecting, like, you know, I don't like Fnatic a lot, okay? But I wasn't expecting them to be that. I don't want to say bad to mean like the worst possible in the most possible way, you know.
They were they were even more disappointing than expectations. I think.
Yeah, I'm disappointed, but I'm not understanding if they actually they look like they don't want to play the game. It's not like they are playing bad. Like Razork doesn't look like himself. On the second game, on Sunday, they played Fnatic into Koi. And Vladi got solo killed 3 times in a 0 against Aurora matchup. But it doesn't look like Vladi. You remember Vladi from last year? Like Vladi on KC was so good.
Yeah. I mean, look, I have this. So for people that are watching, we're going to pull up Games of Legends. Massive shout out to them for some of the stats, right? But like Giant X versus Fnatic, 26-minute loss. Then yes, Fnatic won game 2, right? And it was a very good win. Then they get smashed game 3. Fnatic against Koi, it was just like, Koi had something to prove after they lost the weekend before. But we'll stick with Fnatic right now. Disappointing, I think, but not surprising. You know,
I mean, okay, but the surprise is that they are. You don't see a level of gaming at LEC level. You don't see an LEC team when you watch Fnatic. But if you watch the players, they have to be at the level. Like, you know, Vladi for sure, Razork. Okay, like I repeat, I had a good opinion about Razork a few years ago. I don't think like a player can like evolve in a negative way that fast. For no reason. But Empiros is a good rookie.
No, but I don't think don't say no reason, because there's been public criticisms and public discussions around Fnatic support, Fnatic staff. They've just brought in like Oda Wane as an assistant coach, I think, if his title is. There's structural things that I think need to be addressed, that I think they're trying to address. And sometimes you just don't get along with the people that are next to you. I'm not implying anything. I don't have any knowledge. But it does sound and feel, I feel the same way. When I look at this team, I think they should be doing better than they are, and there's just something that's not clicking. So there's some math
like
that's not
I
adding
don't
up.
mean they should like win the LEC. I don't mean they should be on playoffs, but they can't play like this.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
some games it feels like they're not even playing. That's what I mean.
So I'll come back to Jonix in a second, but let's talk about the French matchup. KC Vitality, specifically game 2, 54 minutes. You just woke up after your nap. Okay, this game blew my mind. For our Spotify listeners, Vitality get ahead. They pull like a 4,000 gold lead. 30 minutes, there's like a 7,000 gold swing, right? Goes down to 4K. By 40 minutes, this gold lead is in favor of KC, nearly 3-4K. That means nothing. It swings back to Vitality, 6K, and then at the 54-minute mark, the longest game of LEC this year. Bro, okay, explain game 2 first, and then what did you think of the teams?
Listen, I really need to. I don't know if you have videos. I don't think you have videos.
No
this,
videos today.
Yeah, like remember this game was. It's impossible to describe it. Like I remember that I was on stream and I was like, yeah, okay, game is over, Vitality won, and then come back, and then I was like, yeah, game is over, KC won, and that thing like happened like 3-4 times, and that I felt like Naknako actually this game was legit 1v9, but then he did a major mistakes on red buff. That like gave everything back to KC. I think I don't remember the minute, but Naknako was legend 1v9, and then I did a big mistake. But wait, did the KC win this game?
This particular one they did, yes. I mean, I'll go to the summary here. Look, because so first of all, it was Vitality won game 1, and then KC won game 2 and game 3. Yes, yeah. They came back like I call it on the English broadcast. You hear game of throws.
yeah.
Exactly, right?
But
so.
I have good things. I have good feelings about Vitality as a team. Yeah. Like I really feel like they are a team that can actually improve. But the problem of them, is they look like they are having fun all the time. They are like, to me, watching their comps is so fun. Karzi every time having fun, even when things go bad. Maybe
it's the opposite of Fnatic.
Okay, exactly the opposite.
But what that means is they're a vibes team. That means when the vibes are high, hey, things go well. But you can't. You don't always need the jester at a party. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always.
Absolutely.
So, but I look, I'm hearing quite a lot of people. I hear the broadcast talking hype about Vitality. I see on social media, people are getting hype. Like, I see a lot of people maybe putting Vitality into this top 5 conversation. Maybe it's a little strong.
Listen,
I want to see more. I want to see more.
I think it's people want to see more of Naknako more than Vitality. I don't want to speak a lot about this guy, but Karzi to me, it was always a great player, a great ADC. But I repeat, he kind of look sometimes like he's trolling. Like not that he trolls on purpose, but he gives some feeling that he's playing. Sometimes maybe too much. Sometimes he looks like he's having fun. Maybe something like this. But when you watch Naknako, he looks like a European bean. Maybe I heard this on last week. European bean. But
that's a good one.
I don't want to hype him so much because I don't think you should do this with players. Like when I work, like my team did the European Master. When you work with your with a team, you can't talk too good about the players because then their mind goes up. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. You'll always have to keep the things, on the ground.
Okay. But hang on. There's an argument on this. Or there's a discussion. I agree with what you're saying. Sometimes you don't want to inflate somebody's ego too much, or you don't want to hype them up because then it does two things. Number one, it can get to somebody's mind and it can play on them. They can get lazy. Alternatively, it can also set too much expectations that sometimes like, oh, fuck, now it's too hard. I can't live up to it. What about the other direction? What did you make of Koi talking about their players? I can't remember the exact quote, but the quote was something like, if they play like this, they're not deserving of being renewed. Like,
yeah, I remember this. It was about Alvaro.
Yes.
And
Mirwin.
And it was maybe Super as well, and Mirwin, maybe.
Was it Super?
I don't remember. Maybe,
I thought it was
I don't
Mirwin.
remember. It was it may be Mirwin, but I heard it was 3 players. But I was like, what about, I mean, Super is playing good. So I thought that was something strange as well. So maybe it's Mirwin and Alvaro. I agree with this.
So listen, let's just, in case you missed it, there was a Spanish interview done by Koi's coach, somebody on the support staff. And to paraphrase, this is not exact correct, to paraphrase, they basically said along the lines that based on how the players played against Navi, they don't deserve to be renewed. What I did hear from the English broadcast was that number one,
Okay.
these are comments, these are things that have been discussed before. And it's basically
Yeah.
like hey, going into spring, we want you to step up. Like there's other names, there's other people we're considering. So there's pressure. Like step up to the plate, deliver, let's go, because this is a team, this is a sport, we may be replacing you. That I sort of agree with. But I think after one best of series, to come out and say that in an interview is a lot. Like, I'd actually love to show you some of the stats here against the Navi series.
Sure.
Yes, they lost. Okay, Koi lose game 1. You can see 34 minutes. Game 2, they smash in 28. Like, let me show you the gold graphs. If you're looking on YouTube, it's pretty even against Navi, and they take ahead. But when I go to game 2, Koi just obliterated from 15 minutes. It's a 28-minute game win, and then game 3 again, relatively competitive. It's back and forth. I thought it was too much. What did you think of Navi and Koi in this opening series?
Listen, man, like I felt like when you watch Navi and Koi, you can't, you don't know the result, because it can be Koi wins 2-1, it can be 2-0 as well, okay, but you can't say Navi is the worst team, because like you watch Navi the last season, they played so good, they have incredible reach, incredible talent. The top laner, I think, Mainter is very, very good. They have two solid players. Korean players, Pobby and SMD. Okay, Pobby sometimes maybe with some champions he goes a lot behind. Okay, but SMD is very solid. Parus, I never see him playing. Let's say I never seen him hinting too much. Okay, sometimes he has good performance, sometimes bad performance. But everyone is like this. You never see a guy having only good performance. So I'm not understanding why a coaching staff should say something like this. Was it the coach that said it, or
I think it was the coach. I need to double check, but I know it was in Spanish, and it was definitely one of like the managers or something like that. Yeah.
I don't think you can say something like this. Maybe they know even what is happening behind the scene, on the screens, on things like this.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's only about the results against Navi. Because I repeat, Navi is a good team, and people should not underestimate them. Like that, you can't do it. You can't do it.
It was the spicy thing for me.
I think JoJoPyun, like the games I watched, JoJoPyun played very good, actually. On second week as well. Like, I think JoJoPyun stepped up a bit. I saw an interview. I felt like he was a bit cocky, in the past. I remember him flaming US when he was in May.
He still is.
Yeah, he is, but on the interview, he looked more professional,
Oh,
like
Brizz, you could look professional in an interview. He's just like you. Come on. JoJoPyun and Brizz,
what do you mean? Like,
it's personal. It's a compliment. It's a compliment. It's a personality. It's a vibe. It's a confidence. Because he's putting on a show. I also will say this, by the way, talking about Navi again. Rilech, the jungler, reminds me a little bit of like when Razork first started playing in LEC when he was with Misfits, and then Fnatic the earliest. When Elyoya first came in, he reminds me a little bit of being one of those junglers that he's the carry of the team, or like can be the lead. I think that's very good and very valuable for a young team, but I also think as a team, they need to learn to distribute that. Like Rilech needs to be able to help support Menta to be able to do well, like help Pobby out, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what I want to see, to watch this team grow up a little.
Actually, I've seen a good synergy with the Mainter. Like I'm watching the game, I see Rilech like giving more pressure than Mainter than other guys. They did some bad plays as well, but they did it together. I watch Rilech ganking top. They fuck up the play, but it was always like this. I don't see him a lot on the other part of the map, but he does very little mistakes on the setup. Like he flashed on the wall with Aatrox. I remember it. They memed him, but then he 1v9 the game. Like legit. He has. You told him about being like Elyoya, being like Razor. Like I hope he doesn't end up like them, but if he keep like you understand, if he keep that pacing, that kind of games during the all the year, I think we should look at him like one of the best jungler for sure in Europe.
As a rookie jungler, rookie's not the right word, but like as a new jungler to this level, right? Especially with a brand new organization, brand new name, I just think it's impressive, and it's more about. Against like I hate that I keep saying vibe check tonight, but it's more about like the energy that I see, the way that I see Rilech plays. He just reminds me.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What do you think if you compare it to first year of Skymond? on G2 and you compare this LEC Split is different because of course Skymod had very good players, you know.
Yes.
But not saying that Navi has bad players, but you understand G2 is a top on Europe. I think LEC is having more impact.
But 100%. No disagree.
That's what I mean.
But that's also what the point that I'm trying to get at is that like LEC is the carry. He's the tip of the spear. Like if you look at draft, he also tends to play champions that can carry. He tends to be able to be in that position, you know, which is very interesting to me.
But I like it. I mean, if you have the confidence, if you do it, like if you
do it. Yeah, I want to see.
I mean, I know you are a fan of Navi.
Huge.
So you are happy that you have him in jungle.
I'm spending a lot of time in the Counter-Strike world. Navi are doing incredibly well in Counter-Strike right now. As an organization, they're almost as old as I am, which is amazing. And for a brand new team to come in and to already start causing waves, that's what I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I want to see.
They are doing an incredible job. Like that's what if I'm a Navi fan, that's what I want to see, you know.
I've got one more team that I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
What's your expectations on Heretics? Because look, when I look at Heretics and I see Wei coming in and I hear all of this hype about KT challenges, and then he played with what's the time? Misa Esports in Turkey. They ended up winning TCL. He's TCL 2026 winner. Heretics, legit? Are they going to be a contender? What's your expectations for spring?
So I had a big hype on this name because a lot of people were saying he was so good. He was best player on Misa. He was so like carrying every game. Listen, I don't think he shined a lot. But I like the confidence he has by flashing in. I saw Karma plays flashing in, trying to kill. Then maybe he played a Lulu another game. Right now I don't remember, but it doesn't look like he's there doing nothing. Okay, so
Seraphine, like, Nautilus, Karma so far that I can see. So
Seraphine?
Yeah.
Okay. And the play style he has, it doesn't look like he's there waiting. Okay, let's select this. It doesn't look like he's playing with fear.
Yeah.
Because I remember him like hinting as well, but we have to wait a bit. We need giving him time to see, to calm down, to get at the level, because I repeat, being in LEC is one thing, being in EMEA Master is another thing. Maybe did he already played on CL on Korea?
He did play TC. So he did.
No,
he did.
Before
challenges in
Misa.
Korea. Before Misa, he did. He played LCK Challenger Series. I believe he also subbed in for the KT roster team that made it to World Finals as well. So he has some big games. I just need to see more from them, and that's
we need to give Heretics more time. That's for sure.
Let's pause on LEC, and I don't know if you're gonna like me for this or not. I don't know if you're gonna.
I love you, man. I love you.
Let's talk about EMEA Masters. Why did it go so badly for you, my man? Yeah.
I hate ya. Let's get back with the LEC, man.
Can I tell you something? This is to people watching at home. Brizz is one of the best people to work with on a show like this because I knew he was going to give me shit when I brought up EMEA. But at the same token, I get to say, brother, what happened to Italy? Okay, before you get personal. Where is EMEA Masters? What's the status at the moment? Like, give me a quick summary for people who are not watching or not paying attention.
To be honest, right now, like I dropped the EMEA Master after we lost because I wanted to focus more on, G2. You know, I can talk about the games that we had. And
let me do this then. Let me do this very quickly.
Okay.
Let me do this before you do. Okay. EMEA Masters is massive. 36 teams split into multiple groups. They're running through the qualifiers. Please excuse me as I'm reading all my notes here.
Sure.
The group stages were crazy. Up to 8 groups, GSL format of teams. You then get into double elimination brackets. Where they are right now, the upper bracket final is still going to be happening. Galleons versus Solari. And then lower bracket teams are busy running through. G2 Nord are still in there. They were dropped to the lower bracket by French Flair. Okay. What blows my mind, I'm somebody that missed a lot of EMEA Masters last year. I missed a lot of League of Legends last year. But now that I'm catching up, it's huge. It's massive. They're going deep into playoffs. What happened with your team? What happened with your games, Brizz?
Okay, listen, when you speak about Italy, you need to understand that we have some like it's not like you can't compare Italy to major leagues. You can't compare Italy with other tournaments because it's not only about it's not a fact of players, but good players doesn't come in Italy. I'm not saying that the team is bad. I'm not saying it like I will never say something like this. But we need more time. Team need more time. Okay. So basically, we came in. We faced Solari, French team, insane team.
In the upper bracket final, by the way.
And we actually we were expecting to lose. Like, let's be honest, we believed it, but we were not expecting to win. Okay. Actually, I was so surprised that we were ahead 4K, 5K gold in a game, and I was so hyped. I remember it. I was like jumping on the chair like this, exactly like on G2 against Gen G. For me, it was the same feeling, maybe even more. But I was so happy. I was so happy about the series, even if we lost. I think it was fine like this. Then we went up to the group stage because we lost, And we had a group with a team from Poland, Barzaka. I don't know how to spell Polish, a team with Vulite. Of course, you know him. He played in LEC for so many years. Jack Troll, a guy that played Worlds. He played with Vitality. He played so many years in LEC. They played with Aggressive on top lane. So a guy that played in LEC as well. And some other player, I don't remember, maybe it was Tenshi mid lane, and a young jungler from Mikushki, I don't know, Mikusik, maybe, something like this. And we lost 0-2. We got shit stomping, okay, happens. And then we get on the loser bracket. We faced a weaker team. We stomped them, like it was an Arabian team. Now I don't remember the name. I don't wanna. It was not. I don't wanna misrespect them.
You don't have to remember the name. Tell me about some of the rest of the games.
And we faced again the Polish team because it's upper bracket, loser bracket. Then we face again the Polish team. We actually made it very close because every game actually we lost against them. It was like even gold, and then we go behind in gold, and then they fuck us up, But if you watch every single game, you have that feeling that we can actually make it. It was every single game was close. We managed to win one game, but it was so much draft-wise. It was so much draft gap win by us. So I'm
trying to think back for a second.
Yeah,
I think the Italian language League of Legends, with everything, with localization, with clients, with VO, launched something like 2014-ish, around then. And the reason to remember it, I actually got to fly to go to the launch event, right? So it's one of the events that I got to travel to. That one in Greek, the two regions I got to be part of for the launch. It's some of my favorite memories because I got to interact with the community who finally got the game in their language, finally got the scene and was hopeful. Because we've already had some French and some Greek shout-outs, can you give me an Italian shout-out to all of the League of Legends players, but an inspirational message in Italian?
Inspirational
message that we can get players. And then I want all of to compete, to stand up to Solari, to the French, to the Spanish, to the Germans, to sit them down so that Italian players can be on top. Give me an inspirational speech, and for all my Italian viewers in there, clip this and put it out. Come on, Brizz, you gotta do it.
Ciao ragazzi, mi conoscete già, non ho bisogno di presentazioni. Ascoltate, anche quando tutto sembra contro di voi, l'Italia non è messa troppo bene sull'esport, lo sapete meglio di me ragazzi. Non abbiate paura, sempre guardare verso chi ce l'ha fatta. C'è un esempio davanti a voi. Ora l'ispirazione sono io, ma non diciamo la Quickshot ragazzi, sennò altrimenti pensa che insomma va bene, non capisce niente. Ragazzi, sedetevi, fate quello che amate, mi raccomando. Se amate l'esport, se è questo che volete fare, non ascoltate persone che vi dicono ragazzi, no, it's not like this, Quickshot, it's not like this. Persone ragazzi che provano a draggarvi down, persone che sono contro di voi, persone che vi diranno che non potete farcela. Zittiteli e fatelo ragazzi, perché se questo è quello che volete fare, se avete un sogno, andate a prenderlo. What do you think about that Quickshot? Did I give?
Grazie.
Grazie.
Let's go. Yes, let's go.
Yes,
Come
that's
on.
how I am, man.
Dude, seriously, thank you. Okay, let's start wrapping up our conversation. Let's start moving on. I know you watched week 1 for AC. You're my expert here because I'm not the smartest guy. I got vibes. I want to start previewing. I want to start talking about week 2. So let's float our lovely little preview bubble.
Yes.
By the way, what do you think of the new graphics and the bubbles and our HopEUm
They look
stuff?
awful.
You're so shit.
I just want to say something to me. Nah, they look good. They look good. I just want to be annoying because I'm angry at you because I wanted to be invited earlier. You know.
I know.
Everything you ask. Yeah,
listen,
come on.
I will make it up to you. I will make it up to you.
Oh,
You're
man.
my favorite.
Listen, I want to be there with shots. I want everyone in the... I want HopEUm. I want the whole G2 team. I want Fnatic as well. Of course, give me the whole team of Fnatic.
We'll try.
Yeah, I love it. I want to do Vladdy. Okay.
Let's bring up the week 2 matches. Okay. We're still going to be using gameoflegends.gg. And for the preview, the thing that I want you to do is we're going to go through the matchups. I just want to give me your predictions. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So when I look at the scores, for everybody that is watching on stream, GX 2-1 over Fnatic. KC 2-1 Vitality. We go 2-1s all the way through. So these are all the week 1 matches. Now we're going to week 2. So let's go. SK versus Shifters. Who wins? Give me your score.
Okay, listen, man. I think like Shifters last year deserved to be maybe in playoff, because if you remember, they didn't make it to playoff because they trolled on the first game the call with Nexus 1 HP. You remember against Giant X?
Yes.
It was so close. I think like they can win against every mid-tier team. And I think SK is a lower tier team. So I have the feeling that SK is not going to win much games. I can't wait to see SK against Fnatic.
Well, listen, hold it. Let's stick on the things. What's the score? Shifters, what's the score?
2-1 for Shifters.
Oh, 2-1. You're giving SK a game.
What?
I thought 2-0. I'm going 2-0. Right. G2 Heretics.
2-0 for G2.
Yep.
Let's go straight to the point. Listen, I will not talk about the game. Come on. Let's go straight.
Labrov James is going to dunk on Way. Watch it happen. Navi.
Oh my God.
Vitality.
Oh, that will be a 2-1 game for sure. That will be so close, man, and will be I think that's the best series of the Saturday game. So that's gonna be Navi 2-1.
I'm giving the exact same prediction.
Oh, I love it.
SK Giant X.
Listen, I dislike. I will say that SK will not win a single game. Giant X 2-1.
2-1. Okay, right.
Oh my God! You know that Sunday I will not watch the games. Oh my God! Yeah, that's a 2-0 G2. Come on.
Listen, let's be honest. You're not missing much. Okay, Monday games. GX Heretics.
Yeah, I mean 20 minutes G2. Okay, that's a Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay, Clash. I'm going for the insane Heretics win.
Okay.
Okay. Because I have the feeling that Way will actually, do something right here. He's getting up. He's screaming more with the team. Like Heretics is gonna do it.
I got to speak to Lot, and I got to speak to Giant X in Barcelona, and I had a really good interview. Had a really good conversation. He won me over. Like he kind of tugged on my heartstrings and made me feel happy. I'm going to say Giant X win 2-1 over Heretics.
But just because not to talk to you, but that it doesn't mean anything.
Yes, that's how this works. Now, okay, big one. Vitality versus Koi. Who wins and what score?
Listen, I think like that game will be very important, especially for Mirwin and Alvaro. I think Koi is gonna make it, but that will be a 2-1. Wait, is it actually the repeat of the game that Vitality lost because of the chrono break?
Yes, it is correct.
Oh my God! Oh my God! I can't wait to see. You know what? Vitality will be so angry with that game.
Okay.
Yeah, 2-1 for Vitality.
I like this. 2-1 Vitality.
Can't wait.
Okay. I've got all your previews. I've got all your predictions. Brizz, I'm gonna say thank you so much, dude. Let's do a little shout out. What's your next week look like? I know you're gonna be co-streaming soon, but where can we watch you losing in solo queue and when?
What the oh man, come on. Wait, what? Superstition. You know what superstition is?
Yes, I do.
Listen, man, when we played against Genji, we won first game. I get up, I eat almonds. I don't know how to say it in English. I eat it. Wait. I eat 12 of them every single game that G2 won because I was hungry. Then I get up every single game we won. I get up. I hit 12 almonds every single time, and I did it on the final as well. What? No. I'm like this, man. I'm like this. Every time I do something and something good happens, I have to repeat it the whole time. And that's the secret why G2 beat the Genji, actually.
Listen,
wait.
I'm in this place. I might ask the producer to cut you off because you're just talking nonsense to me now. You're talking about almonds. You're talking about like horrible stuff. Can we do that?
That's insane.
Can we just cut him? Can we get rid of him? Bye. Please, bye. I love you. We'll see you on the show in the future.
No.
That actually wasn't planned. That wasn't on purpose either. He's gonna be so mad. Okay, that actually does it for today's episode. We do have one last segment to wrap up in just a moment. If you are still sticking with us on our respective channels, thank you so much. It really, really does help a ton whenever you clip any of the funny moments and the reactions. It helps the G2 social team know exactly what we can be sharing. We had a great conversation with Hans Sama and Labrov, Skyyart and Brizz. We will be back next Tuesday, 7 o'clock. I'm also over the moon about the new graphics that we have. We've got small iterations. This is only our 9th ever episode. I will tell you now that while I'm talking, I can still hear Brizz ranting in my ears. He is complaining so much. He is so unhappy. But I will say for one last time, he legitimately is one of my favorite people to work with. He is my favorite G2 coach streamer. He's one of the best and most creative. And just a character to play with. So, once again, thank you. Make sure on the G2 Discord, next week, 7 p.m. for another episode. We have one last segment to wrap up, and it is our Winamax in predictions. Now, in our new fancy overlay for the Winamax in predictions, last split, I should say, for Versus, I ended up winning because I'm the best. I predicted all of I played the game. I get everyone else's points and then, cheated a little bit. But for our predictions game this time round, I asked some pretty big ones. Sky, Brizz, and myself predicting who will be in the final of LEC Spring, G2 versus whom. I'm predicting Na'Vi. I'm going for a bold one. I want to see them step up. I'm hoping they can continue to surprise the likes of KC as well as Koi. On the other side, Brizz as well as Skyyart predicted KC to be there. Now, because we only had one of our guests really running through our predictions who scored 100% correct in week 1, the matchups that he has predicted for week 3, 2-1 to Shifters, 2-0 to G2, 2-1 to Na'Vi, 2-1 GX, G2 2-0, Team Heretics 2-1, finally, Vitality with a 2-1. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. My name has been Quickshot. We will see you next week for another episode of HopEUm at 7 o'clock on all of our G2 channels. Good night and goodbye.